So the underground. That is, of course, the entrance to the London Underground bank station over there. NatWest behind it, the NatWest building, which has curious ram's heads. And they really do look like ram's heads, don't they? They've got little eyes. They look cross. And there's a snout. And little ears. And horns out the top. But it's okay, because, you know, NatWest. What's that? I'm sure we can trust them. I mean, come on. But of course, across the road, is that a pigeon in mid-flight? Look at that. Look at that wonderful action shot. Look at that wingspan. It's like a stealth fighter. Threadneedle Street. The Bold Lady of Threadneedle Street, which is this hunking great stone building, which was mainly built in the mid 1700s. Some of the bits are a lot newer because it used to just be sort of one floor, big flat, massive thing, surrounded with a wall all the way around it. An entire city block is the Bank of England. It's got a kind of weird green dome inside there as well. But I'm just dropping the little dude. Drop, dude. There's like a dome in there. There's a golden thing on the top. Not really quite sure what that is. But yeah. It's got like bull's heads all the way around here. The heads of bulls. So ramming, bulls, horns. Which is slightly strange. Looks like they've got a football pitch or something in the middle. You know, maybe they want to play football. Now, one thing I'm sure lots of people are aware of, it's a kind of almost like an old cliche, really, but it is that St. Paul's Cathedral is in line with Temple Church, which is in Temple, and it's over here. This is the area of Temple. This is the Royal Courts of Justice, where I was just yesterday. Seems like a long time ago now. I've done lots of video editing in that space of time. So there's that funny-looking clock, and it's got like a little sun on the top. But, you know, why wouldn't you put the sun on top of the pyramid? Just there. And the dragon, of course, which is the boundary of the City of London. And of course this door underneath this funny looking building, which apparently used to be a pub. 1610, it's now a museum, but it's a pretty cool wooden frame building. And through there, which Street View won't allow you to do, I'm going to have to do it on foot. Is there any places? Oh yeah, there we go, look at that. I won't start singing. That's Temple Church. The original church was just this round bit in the middle. The big square bit here was added, I think, a lot later, like the 1300s or something. I could be wrong about that. But I believe the rounded bit, that's from the 1100s. For the Knights Templar. It's a very important Catholic church which represents the Roman Catholic control system. And of course, St. Paul's Cathedral is not supposed to have a dome on it. It's supposed to have a spire, because the spire is a symbol of the Church of England, a little bit like that, and that one over there on top, just peeping over with the dragon on top. That dome's not supposed to be there. It is a Catholic symbol, and the architect Christopher Wren got in trouble for building it. Look at these wonderful warped photographs. He got in trouble for building a dome. And they say that, the rumor is, or the mythology is, they didn't realize, they punished him for building the dome, but they didn't realize that he aligned it with the symbol of the Roman Catholic financial, cultural, spiritual, and satanic control system. Yeah, you can't get down the path to Temple Church on Street View. There's lots of things actually you can't really see on Street View. One of them is the building down this little lane, St. Swithin's Lane. You can't get down there, and the road is closed, and there's something being built in the background. Well, what's being built is this building you can see on the sort of higher up view. Now, this building is Rothschild and Sons, and I do believe this is not represented on Google Earth 3D, but somebody could do that for me, because I don't run it when I'm doing these videos. My computer can't handle it, man. So it's quite an important building. It's been there on that site, not this original, not the building that's there now, but the original was like mid 1700s or something. So it's quite an important sort of building. Now, St. Swithin's Lane goes all the way down. It's this one here that hasn't got anything on it. Goes all the way down to the bottom here. And at the bottom, I'm going to use the keys. No, I'm not. Technology is actually rubbish. I've done it wrong. Side of the road. Now, that man is looking very shocked and surprised right now. The reason he's looking so surprised and shocked is because he's standing next to a mythological object. This mythological object is the London Stone. And the London Stone sits in a crappy little box, was apparently found 18 feet below the ground on that spot, and it's just next to St. Swithin's Lane, which leads up the road to the Rothschild Bank. Now, the London Stone, if you look it up on Wikipedia, it will give you interpretations and myths. And it says that in 1598, the London historian John Stowe admitted that the cause why this stone was set there, the time when, or other memory hereof, is none. So he was kind of telling everyone that nobody really knows what it is. Some other people say that it was like a central milestone for Roman Londinium, Roman Britain, and it was how they measured the distance between their cities. Alternatively, writers in the 18th century speculated the stone was prehistoric. The 18th century, by the way, was the time of the Enlightenment. Speculated that the stone was prehistoric and had been an object of Druid worship, although the suggestion is now generally dismissed. It was revived in 1940 by Elizabeth Gordon in her unorthodox book on the archaeology of prehistoric London. Prehistoric London, its mounds and its circles, in which she envisaged London Stone as an ancient British index stone pointing to a great Druidic stone circle similar to Stonehenge, which she claimed had once stood on the site of St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, this hill where St. Paul's Cathedral stands, that is the fifth St. Paul's Cathedral to stand there. Now, this hill, this is the fifth St. Paul's Cathedral. This hill has had many, including before the 600s, which is when they built the first St. Paul's, there was a Roman temple on top of this hill to the moon temple. So there is some evidence to say that it is a sort of an arcane religious site. Last thing I want to say is Christopher Wren, a funny looking man, a very funny looking man, a very successful man, a Freemason. Since at least the 18th century, the Lodge of Antiquity No. 2, one of the 4 founding Masonic lodges of the Grand Lodge of England in 1717, has claimed Christopher Wren to have been its master at the Goose and Gridiron at St. Paul's Cathedral courtyard. Whilst rebuilding the cathedral, he's said to have adopted in 1691 an honorary member or patron rather than operative. What this was what this means is that St. Paul's Cathedral is a Masonic lodge, although it was in the courtyard, in the churchyard. The foundation stone is a Freemasonic, has Freemasonic intentions. Now, most guys back in the day were not necessarily openly in Freemasonry, but they were in a thing called the Druidic Order. The Druidic Order.